And to everyone out there listening, welcome to another episode of the Professional Heels Podcast. You have me, Brennan Kobina, also known as the Black John Cena, and you have my man Gavin Gabriel, also known by me as the Sexy Goldberg. And today we are here again to discuss the Royal Rumble predictions because the Royal Rumble is very near. And my man, I'm excited. I'm excited, Gabriel. I'm excited, man. Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. And I don't know what's gonna happen this year. Actually, I feel like I said this last year because last year was, I was a bit like, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then when whatever happened, I can't remember what happened. I was like, oh god, that was so annoying. I forgot what happened. I can't be asked to think about it, but I remember just being very disappointed. I feel like
last year, yeah, well, it was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, because I hyped it up. I remember it was one of our first episodes. It was our first episode, and we hyped it up. It was going to be like, yeah, this is so lit. I had a big ass watch along with my man from Wrestling News. That was great. I had a great time with that. But even watching, I was just like, oh my god, is that the finish, dude?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This year.
It's Brock Lesnar who won last year.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar won last year. You know me, everyone knows me. I love Brock, but I said, why did that have to happen? Anyways,
now correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah?
Sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the card last year, everything except the Rumble match was actually pretty good.
That's literally the thing. It was a decent pay-per-view. I remember it, because
I remember reviewing it.
Yeah.
Everything until that last match, and then there was the rumors about. It was Shane McMahon producing it, and he threw in his own thing, and it kind of fucked it up. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, we want Riddle to win," and "Oh, we're in St. Louis, we want Randy to win." And then it was so yeah. But I mean, if you look at it, going from last year to this year, it shouldn't be too hard to better it. Already got a couple rumors going around. There's some favorites being talked about.
Okay.
I think Cody for the men's and Rhea Ripley for the women's.
Yeah,
there's a couple.
Ripley,
yeah. You don't have too much going on. I mean, there's a couple people you could throw in the mix. I mean, with the men, there's already the rumors of possibly The Rock, even though he just turned down that he'll be ready for WrestleMania.
Well, that could be mine.
Man walks around ready. Man stays ready.
Yeah.
Could just be trying to throw us off.
Yeah.
There's the dark horse of people, with everything going on with the tribal chief right now. A lot of people talking about maybe Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And then for the women, people talking about with kind of the way she's slowly getting back up there with Alexa Bliss, I think is the dark horse right now.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good one, actually.
I think the favorites are definitely heavy favorites.
Yeah.
Looking at who's on the roster right now, I don't see anyone except for Cody winning.
Yeah, literally.
I
mean, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why this year is I'm excited for the Rumble, but I feel like I just know everything that's going to happen. I am so certain that Cody's going to win, and I don't know how I feel about it because you know me, I love Cody, but it's so predictable. It's like old school booking almost, isn't it? You knew Hulk Hogan was going to win, you knew that guy was going to win. It's just okay, it's whatever, and it's I don't know. Maybe he wins in a certain fashion where he does it in a way in which it causes controversy, or it's just really epic.
The heel turn.
The heel turn. It could be a double turn. It could be something really interesting. But if it's gonna be and the standard superhero face knocks out whatever standard whatever, then it's just gonna be a bit anticlimactic. And I'm hoping that regardless of the result, it turns into an actual storyline rather than something that the fans want because the fans like this wrestler. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I think the last few Rumbles have been, although not all as bad as I think the last one was, they've been pretty predictable.
Yeah.
in that, yeah, even though the heavyweight champ, men or women, is clearly in a storyline, like there's like one clear cut person who's next up, and it just seems like that's what they're kind of going with, being, you know, Brock. I think when Drew won, I think he was pretty undeniably the next up.
The next guy, yeah.
Yeah, so it is a little weird, and then a lot of the glory, a lot of what people love about the Rumble is these surprise entrances and these surprise, whether it be a return, a cameo, a one-off, a forbidden door, and it just feels like at least the last few have been like, when we're going into the match, they're like, oh, 30-man Royal Rumble. Here's 29 of the people who are going to be in it. And it's like, oh, so we don't even... Yeah. Like, when you don't know, and it's like, okay, jobber, but you don't know, is it going to be 2 surprise entrances? Is it going to be 4? Is it going to be 7? But when we go into it, and they're like, here's 29 of the 30, it's like...
Yeah, they release it beforehand.
Cool.
And the issue with that is that, you know, today, they... well, and I say today, but like in the present day, they have said that Cody Rhodes is coming. And it's like, okay... Now, I understand that the internet is powerful, it's a powerful tool, so everyone's going to be talking, there's dirt sheets that get leaked out, blah, 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 blah. But I always feel like the number one rule in wrestling is to keep kayfabe alive, right? No matter what dirt sheets are out there.
We all knew he was coming back about this time.
Everyone knew he was going to come, but the issue is that there's still the element of surprise almost that, you know, it comes down to like number 29 and then it's like, crap, he's not here, he's going to be 30, and then he is 30 and you're like, okay, I knew it was going to come, but that's a good surprise. I like it. Do you know what I mean? Like that makes you even, makes you pop even more. And I kind of feel that, okay, cool, people knew, and then they made a statement or they said whatever, that
the vignettes and cameos,
Yeah, exactly. And now they said that. Oh, I agree. Gosh, he's
gonna be there.
He's gonna be there, and
he'll be back.
Don't worry, we've got another surprise coming on as well. And it's like, cool. That's almost double baited it now. Where it's like, well, people know that people think that the Rock's gonna come, and now the Rock is like, you know, double down and saying, oh no, I'm not ready. It's like, if you guys just shut the hell up about it, really. There'll be everyone, like, it will actually be an element of surprise. I get that maybe you want to get the viewership up, you want to get people talking already, but it's one of the things nowadays that's making the Royal Rumbles become a bit stale now. We know what's going to happen. We know who's going to be there. We know what legends is coming back, and it's like, but it's not like a Raw special, the 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary, whatever, where we know who's going to come. It's like, it's a Royal Rumble, man. You don't do that.
It seems like it takes away a little bit, and I understand that as a business you want to sell tickets, but if you look at it from a fan standpoint, the Rumble is, if not the second most attractive pay-per-view, the third at lowest. Yeah. Like, you can ask 100 fans, 99% of them have it in the top 3. People are going to watch it, and people are going to buy it, and they're going to have the suspense build, like, knowing as a fan that Cody is supposed to come back at some point, but there's rumors of The Rock, and I mean, you have John Cena a little bit in the mix now, and Randy Orton, there's still Brock Lesnar looming. If you were to get to 30 and you look at the guys in the ring and you're like, which one of these guys could win? Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I still have one of these guys who can return. It adds a layer of suspense. Yeah. You know? And they've been taking that away. Yeah. I will say it's Triple H's first Rumble. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe the whole thing is a facade and he throws a mean curveball for us. Yeah. But outside looking in, it's hard to be as excited for this Rumble as we have been a couple years ago, 100%. 4 or 5 years ago. Like, 100%. So it does. I mean, it's the fingers crossed. I don't want to scratch it off yet. I'm hoping we get some surprises, but like on top of like the names I just listed, like it's hard to think of anyone as far as like surprises or returns. Yeah. But I mean, hopping into the card, I do think we have it for the most part set. It's usually a couple title matches.
Yeah.
The title matches kind of play for, so this is why this number one contender won't be in the Rumble, or this is why this number one contender won't be good in the Rumble kind of thing, because they already have a match before. So I guess we'll see what it adds to it.
Yeah.
First being the only non-title match. I'm sure we'll get another match or two announced here in the next week, but we have this Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. Bray Wyatt and LA Knight. I don't know how I feel about the stipulation, but the two people, LA Knight, I think is killing it promo-wise. Bray Wyatt, it's been a slow burn, and I think we'll get the Uncle Howdy reveal.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to feel about the stipulation, especially it being sponsored. It's not a Bray Wyatt dark match. It's a, hey, Mountain Dew wants to pay to make a dark match, and it's kind of like it just feels a little weird.
It's just bloody strange, because even I didn't know that it was a sponsored match like Mountain Dew,
the Mountain Dew.
Now you're saying it, it's like they're trying to do the whole like Bray Wyatt mysterious hidden talent, hidden this, hidden that. Pitch Black match will be his superpower, will be in his favor. He's clearly going to win the match, but obviously it's kind of what's gonna happen with that. Is it gonna be a Bo Dallas is now Uncle Howdy, because that seems very obvious? Is it gonna be Bray Wyatt's actual real life sister? I forgot her name. Really lovely woman. She could, well, she won't be Uncle Howdy, but she could be like another character.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And it's just all these things.
A couple of the other ones that have been teasing.
Yeah, so it's all these things there where it's like, well, cool. We know he's got some people around him, so that could be a thing. But the thing with this Bray Wyatt storyline, right, in my opinion, is that I think it's good. I think it's great, but I'm also bored as hell, because it's a slow burn with a
very
character,
slow burn.
And I love LA Knight. I think LA Knight is great, but you had to ask yourself: has LA Knight in the WWE had enough, or achieved enough accolades for him to be in such a high-end storyline with such a slow burn? I feel like if it was maybe someone like Randy Orton, then you're constantly in the thing, you're constantly
someone who's shown that they can keep you
tuning in, and they've got the history, or just someone else that is like of a high caliber. Because no offense, LA Knight is a fantastic performer, but the way it looks like it's just like a mid-carder, and you're doing a slow burn rivalry with a mid-carder that you have nothing in common like that. Do you understand? And I'm just like, again, and I mean it's as much with the most utmost respect to LA Knight. I don't know, or obviously in the future, yes, but right now it's like, why should Bray Wyatt, for someone who was over here before they left a little bit, have to come to the mid card in a slow burn storyline? Do you understand? Like,
someone who they're looking at as, aside from maybe Cody, the pop for the return of the year.
Yeah.
And then just to he still hasn't even had a match yet. So
see what I mean? So it's like, it's getting to a point where, in my opinion, it's like, this is where the whole slow burn and the whole, like, how can I say, like, baby steps in the story comes too far, because you start to make it a bit dead. It also happened for like a few months, maybe like 2 months or so, then yeah, cool. But I'm pretty sure Bray Wyatt is being back for like 6+ months now.
It's been a minute. And I mean, maybe he wasn't ring ready.
Yeah.
I just, adding the layer that it looks like Bray Wyatt is going to tie back into Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
Adds a layer that I do like with it, but I agree with you, whereas like LA Knight just hasn't shown in WWE yet that he can be in this position. Maybe this match he proves that he deserves it, but it has just been a little bit too much of a slow burn. I just keep having this repeating image of like Bray Wyatt, like if Bray Wyatt had gone to him and said, I will fight you at the Royal Rumble, and it will be in a Mountain Dew pitch. But like, it just sounds corny with the endorsement of the Mountain Dew, and I don't know what to expect, and hopefully the match itself changes my mind. It sounds like it's just going to be like the matches we would get with Bray Wyatt, where the lights were dimmed.
Yeah.
There was like a year and a half period where anytime he wrestled, the lights went on.
Yeah, I remember that exactly. Yeah,
so what is different from that? Like, I'm hoping to see they prove me wrong, but probably the least excited for Bray Wyatt's return match. Yeah. This is as little excited as I can be.
100%.
And it is weirdly enough, with all the possible twists and the Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss and everything coming into play. I actually do hope one of my dark horse winners, I think, for the Rumble, I actually would like to see Bray Wyatt win it. Yeah. So I have that. And
that's a shout.
But
that's a
the
shout.
Match itself, not too
much. That's a shout, yeah. So we would definitely say, I think we definitely say Bray Wyatt slams LA Knight without a doubt. That's it. It's just, we can't really predict how it will happen. But he's definitely
agreed. Staying in the similar, storyline, the next match being the women's title, Bianca against Alexa, and the same reason. The only thing I see, stepping back for a second, the only reason I would see Bray Wyatt losing is if Uncle Howdy, some sort of distraction, and I think Bray Wyatt right now is a face, but maybe the Uncle Howdy possession. We just saw the Firehouse, Firefly Funhouse, something that turns him into. Because with Alexa, she doesn't look like a face at all right now. It looks like Uncle Howdy is converting her very quickly. I think both of these matches have an Uncle Howdy distraction, which kind of sets them up. I do think it's getting close. Personally, I do think it's getting close to time to take the belt off Bianca, but I think Mania could be a better spot to do it. Alexa just barely getting back into heel. I don't think giving her the belt yet is the move. Yeah. But I would like to see this play out. I do think Alexa needs to be in that conversation for a while. I don't want them just being a second option, like Alexa is a top women heel, but because she's attached to the Bray Wyatt storyline, she actually isn't going to be in the title picture at all. Like, that just doesn't make sense. So I do see Bianca retaining here. What about you?
I think the same. I think with the way with the way that storyline is going, and how everything is essentially like just how things are going in general, it makes a lot more sense for Bianca to win with whatever suspense is happening with Alexa Bliss. Then thus setting up for a big time WrestleMania match where maybe Alexa wins, I don't know, or another person wins, but I believe that with Bianca's reign, it's basically over. It's just a matter of days until she loses it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like the actual reign.
She's had a good run.
Yeah.
It's dragged on a little too long. They need to do something with her to refreshen it.
I'm just not feeling it. I feel like, do you know what I've kind of come to a realization as well? I feel like with some characters, right, certain characters where the suspense or the hope, more the suspense and the journey of them becoming the champion is so much more exciting than when they are the champion. So, for example, with Kofi, I think him winning the title, the WWE Championship, was amazing. First black champion.
Daniel Bryan.
Ever. Yeah, Daniel Bryan here and there. But when they actually defended it, it was like, I mean,
it's like the superhero movie, and it's like you want to see them defeat the villain.
Yeah.
But once they defeat the villain in the movie, that's the end of the movie. It. Cool, I'm happy. Yeah. The sequel is just like a knockoff, and it's just not as exciting. Like, we see them defy the odds, and then they're like, let's try to one-up that. But it's hard to do that in certain scenarios like the ones you're mentioning.
Exactly. And that's the thing, where it's like, it's just something where, as I like to say, it's almost so bait. You just know what's going to happen. And it's a thing where it's like, because it's so bloody obvious,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, you know how it's gonna go, you know how it's gonna happen, you know what's gonna happen afterwards, and it's like, is there even a point of watching? Whereas with someone like Roman Reigns, he's actually, there's been times where you think, oh, it's becoming a bit stale, but then it comes up with a brand new story or a brand new.
That's a whole new layer.
And he's found his way through and through and through and through and through and through. And it's just like, it's so impressive because it creates something new. Do you understand? Whereas you just, especially with certain faces, especially, it's the thing with face characters where they're the superhero, they keep winning their matches, especially when they're the champion, and then it's like, cool. It starts becoming exciting almost. So that's just the thing with Bianca. Like, I love the girl, man. I think she's an insane athlete, great shape, great person. Everything about her is pretty much decent, but just end the title reign. But they can't end it. They can't end it the Royal Rumble. They can't. It would be. Yeah. It wouldn't make
not necessarily sense. Here. Wouldn't feel right.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm definitely giving that to Bianca, man. I'm definitely giving it to her. Definitely.
Agreed. And I guess we'll see. As far as like the women, I mean, we do still have 2 women titles, so I guess with the women's Rumble, we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah.
We do have Roman Reigns defending against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bianca. It's just like a weird part in the story where it wouldn't be right for KO to take it off him right here. Got Mania coming up, the drama with KO and Sammy and the Bloodline, and it just wouldn't make sense to take it off him. That being said, maybe we do get with a Roman title, a successful title defense here. I do think we either get some sort of Sami Zayn flip or face turn. He helps Kevin. He something at the end where it adds. I think maybe it'll put that the remaining road to WrestleMania will be a Sammy and Roman thing, or with the dark horse Sammy winning the Rumble. But I do think that Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns will be the head of that. Bloodline turning on Sammy.
Yeah. I like that.
You agree?
Yeah. I definitely agree. Yeah. That makes. I'm just trying to go like pure sense here. Do you know? I mean, I do have every episode we do, especially for projections, but in this case, that just makes sense. Like, I can't think of anything else to happen or any sort of alternative outcome to what you've just said. I mean.
It's already like Roman versus who at Mania. Like, it just doesn't.
We all know Roman's going to be.
And
there.
Kevin Owens impeding on that it doesn't seem good for business as much as I love Kevin Owens. It doesn't give him time to be on top of where Roman has this longest, title reign in 40, 50 some year. Like, that's something that isn't just going to get taken away at the Rumble.
Yeah.
It's a Mania moment building for sure.
And no offense to Kevin Owens, I mean, again, top athlete. I don't think it would make much sense for Kevin Owens to be the one to destroy that historical reign. Do you understand? Because he's had a long-ass reign, Reigns has. A very, very long-ass reign. And it needs to be something huge to take off him. Because it just wouldn't make any sense for Kevin Owens for take off him. So I'm going for Roman here. I don't see Kevin doing anything. I see maybe Sammy turning face and going with Kevin, and that's it. That's it.
Or being forced to go with them. The Bloodline turns on Sammy and they kick him out. But again, we'll see. Right now, I think just the 2 Rumble matches are next. The women's match, I do think has the more like obvious clear cut as far as like 2 or 3 who are likely to win. But I do the pro to that con is I do think the women being kind of stretched a little more thin has a lot more room for the legends and the returns.
Yeah.
And even though it's, the last few Rumbles, it's been the same returns on all these.
Yeah.
It's still nice to see, Lita and Trish and Kelly and Michelle McCool with they throw in a new one here and there.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It keeps me interested in the women's match because, again, I'm like, okay, it's going to be Rhea or maybe Alexa Bliss. Yeah. And aside from those two, I don't think I could name a woman in a position to win this.
Yeah, agreed.
Who else,
Yeah, agreed.
And it does add to the fact having the two women's belt where if Rhea wins, does she go for... I mean, she has history with Bianca and Charlotte, so it's cool to see either way.
So it's a bit of both. It does.
The suspense.
Yeah, the suspense is great. I'm with you on that. I feel Rhea slams. It doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense for any other woman right now. I'm trying to think, but I just know it's not gonna happen. And I just feel that the issue with the Women's Royal Rumble is the Royal Rumble is a big match. It's 30 people, or in some occasions 30 plus people, and it's a thing where the women's roster has never been that big. Like, how many people can name 30 female wrestlers in the past 20 years? It will be very difficult to.
Yeah.
Just had 30. Obviously, you can name them if you're good like. I don't want to say hardcore, but if you're a fan who knows their stuff, then you definitely can. But that being said, it just shows that the issue of the Women's Rumble is that it's just a repeat or recycle of these old legends that have been there 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's I get it, but it's just to make numbers essentially. And
yeah,
I feel that with the women's Royal Rumble match, that Rhea just wins. I don't see it going to anyone else. Unfortunately, the women's roster is looking trash. It's looking dead. I can't lie. It's just looking dead. I'm not really feeling it. But hey ho, maybe they might make Ronda winner, but that would be catastrophic. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, she's still in the picture as being a top tier woman.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, and maybe it depends on the timing of when each match is placed, if for some reason Rhea doesn't win the women's, I think it'd be really cool to see her have a nice little run in the men's Rumble.
Yeah.
You've had her fighting against men. Definitely. You had her face off with Solo. We're in an era where people are like, okay, in wrestling, I think it's okay for women and men to hit each other.
Yeah.
And I think she's the clear cut. You let Beth do it, you let Chyna do it, and it gave them this untouchable beast woman that you can't really give anyone else on the women's roster. Yeah. So if she doesn't, or maybe if the men's is before the women's, I would like to see her have a little stint in the men's Rumble. Yeah. I think you give her little spot in the middle where maybe she eliminates 2 or 3 guys. She hits a couple finishers, and then maybe her against 2 top tier middle cards are enough to eliminate her. Like a Drew McIntyre or Walter. Someone's okay, she's tough, but maybe not quite.
Quite that tough. I mean,
so I think it'd be cool.
We had Nia Jax in the Rumble, if I'm correct, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, and she had a couple of limbs and then ate
a couple of them herself. Literally,
I wouldn't be mad at seeing Rhea eat a finisher or two. Maybe she goes in and it flashes back to her and Ray kind of Dom storyline. Yeah. Maybe Ray hits her with a 6-1. That'd be cool.
Damn, Ray gave Nia Jax a 619, so why can't you give Rhea a 619? He actually has reason to. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, no, I that's a good shot, actually. I do see Rhea in the men's Rumble. Maybe the men's Rumble's first and the women's is second, so she has her thing in the first one, then second one, she wins it. That being said, I mean, yeah, we've got the women's Rumble. I'm 100% for Rhea Ripley. I don't see any other woman winning it. I think Bayley's the tag champion, so why would she win it? And Like, I don't really know what's going on with her, but she won't win it. But then again, do you know what? We have Becky Lynch. And I don't know if Becky Lynch has faced Charlotte alone at WrestleMania. I don't know.
No, it's been triple threats every time, right?
Triple threats, that's the thing. So maybe they might run that up again.
Maybe a dark horse choice, yeah?
I'll give her a dark horse. I'll give Becky Lynch a dark horse.
Okay.
And
I'll take Alexa.
Yeah.
But just because I think it adds another layer to Rhea's night, and I think it'll look good for Rhea. If Rhea doesn't win, it's because Alexa wins and Rhea is in the wins kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah.
So if Becky wins, if your dark horse wins, you think she goes against Charlotte. I will say if Alexa wins, I think she just runs it back with Bianca.
Yeah, she goes back to Bianca.
And I think she will dethrone Bianca.
Yeah, she will.
But
yeah, easily.
Sweet.
Easily.
Men's Rumble.
Yep.
I think Cody clear-cut winner.
Yep.
Couple people being talked about being The Rock.
Yeah.
I think we both agree, though, The Rock, even if he does make an appearance, doesn't have to win the Rumble
he'll probably just be in the
do anything.
Or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Speak something.
Or like, remember what was it, Asuka who won? And then Ronda came out, debuted after. Even though I don't like that they did that, I think it overshadowed the whole match, and I think... Honestly, same thing when Roman won the Rumble and then he was getting beat up by the Authority afterwards, and then The Rock came out. Like, it kind of overshadowed the whole match.
Yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. I'd rather see The Rock be in the Rumble, but I don't think he needs to, nor do I think I want to see him win it.
I don't think he'll be in there because, he has to take a hit or he'll have to, drop. He'll have to drop a little. He'll have to go out because he's not going to win the Rumble. And if he wins the Rumble, wow, that's insane. So I don't know. I actually have no idea.
What do you dark horse winner and maybe a couple surprise entrances? What do you think we get?
Dark horse winner is a good question. Dark horse winner, I'm gonna have to go for Drew McIntyre. I feel either him or Sheamus, and then a couple of surprises. I was going to say Cody, but he's not surprising anymore. So, quite frankly, maybe a Forbidden Door individual. I don't know who. That's it.
I saw some people saying maybe who he's on his farewell tour right now. Like the Great Muta.
Oh, Great Muta, yeah.
They think because he'll probably get Hall of Fame for WWE, just being something like that. Maybe with the unfortunate news of Jay Briscoe, maybe his brother gets a spot. I've also been hearing people say CM Punk, but they kind of always say that.
Yeah, of course it do.
I think for my return, I think we'll get Randy. I think they've been kind of like he's not going to be ready for Rumble. I think he's ready.
It's Randy Orton.
The Rumble, people forget that with the Rumble, it's not the same as a normal match.
Yeah,
you don't have to take a lot of bumps and bruises.
Bumps here and there. It's not too much. You can probably find it. Yeah, you're right.
Come in, hit a couple finishers, stare off, someone dumps you over.
Yeah.
So Randy, as far as my on the roster return, I think last year I made the same prediction. Being Chris Masters, I would still like to see him. I don't think he gets quite a pop.
Yeah.
But I do think Bobby Lashley's at the spot where it would make a nice little cameo spot. And I'm sure we'll get more than just one. Yeah, but Chris Masters is one I would like.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm just trying to think mid-carders over the last 15 years who we haven't seen. That usually, we had Carlito and we had MVP and it's people.
I was going to shout out Benjamin,
but other than that,
I don't know. I feel like, I don't feel like anyone from the past will come.
Yeah.
I can think of. I mean, I know one or two will happen, but that's it. One or two, maybe three tops.
Yeah. Maybe we get that. Maybe we get Edge back. He's been talking about wanting to finish up here in the next Mania. We haven't seen him in a while.
Edge is the good
yeah. So we'll see. Dark horse winner, I think last year I took Austin Theory.
Yeah, he did.
I like where he's at right now. I think
right now.
That's fine. They're not going to have the United States champion win the Rumble.
Yeah.
If not Cody, just to add that extra layer to the bloodline thing, I think it'd be cool to see Sammy win.
Yeah, it would be.
I
interesting.
I don't like. It'd be cool, right? It adds another layer of drama to this. But I don't like that people are already starting to say that he should get that Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, like he should be the one to. I think in the storyline, he wins the Rumble. He has a match. He has a couple matches with the Bloodline. He wins them, but I don't think he should be the one to. He could beat Roman in a tag team match.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be the one who dethrones Roman.
It should be Jay. If it's going to be from the bloodline, it has to be Jay, and that's it. In reality,
yeah,
that's it.
Otherwise, it needs to be a big name player with a Seth Cody.
Waste that.
Seth Cody.
Someone serious.
That's The Rock. You know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but I wouldn't be mad. It'd be a really cool moment. He hasn't had the moment on the main roster, and I think that'd be a nice little. He's been paying his dues over the last several years. People forget how big he was on NXT.
Yeah.
Like people who are unfamiliar with NXT, they treat him as though he's just a mid-carder on the main roster. It'd be cool for him, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah,
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't actually know anything. I feel like there can be a few things. I'm on the mindset, or I have the mindset that it'll be a pretty predictable Rumble, but knowing WWE, there could still be a surprise or two. So we will see. I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to try to be too excited. So I don't want to be disappointed like I was last year. For the moment.
Don't get your hopes too high.
I'm not going to do that this time, man. I'm just going to keep it calm. I'm going to enjoy myself as I'm watching it, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I feel
right there with you, smart man.
Yes, sir. So that was a quick just a quick episode on our Royal Rumble predictions. You know how we do, guys. We're getting back into the groove. Weekly episodes now, so you don't have to worry about us. Oh no, where's it gone? No, we're gonna be on the week.
Forgive us.
You have to forgive us, guys.
Forgive
You get busy. But we're here now. We're here now. So listen, any suggestions you have, any sort of episodes you want, we can talk about fitness, we can talk about wrestling, we can talk about life, whatever it is, whatever guest you want us to get on the show. Send me or Gabriel a DM. We have our Instagram handles, man, at brendancombina@gmail.com. Gmail.com, that's my email. It's Brendan Combina, that's my actual Instagram handle. And for Gabriel, at Jim Rawls, or as he says, Jim Rawls. And that's it, guys. So, again, listen, guys, thank you for listening to another episode of the Professional Heels Podcast. You have me, Brendan Combina, also known as the Black John Cena. And you have my man, Gavin Gabriel, also known by me as the Sexy Goldberg. On that note, we bid you adieu.